Welcome back to No Man's Sky, everyone. Jason here, and this is our beginner series. It's been a minute because I've been distracted by a ton of other games, but we're back. And in the last episode, we got our Sentinel ship. It is pretty awesome, but now we have our rifle, our Sentinel rifle, and we kind of went over a little bit on it, but we need to upgrade this thing and get some real, strong stuff going on in here. So whenever you find a randomized multi-tool, it will most of the time be broken. If you go to a Sentinel pillar or you trade it for to a random NPC, sometimes they'll say, "Hey, here, you want this multi-tool?" It's broken, but it's usually pretty decent, and if you fix it, it'll be even better. So that's the thing: is it doesn't cost you a penny to have it. It's going to cost you time to get all the resources here to fix it. So there is a sneaky thing you can do, though. So if we look for a pirate system, we can find repair patches, repair kits to actually repair this without using any of these materials. So let's try to see if we could find a Sentinel, or not a Sentinel, a pirate system. So we have an upgraded hyperdrive here, but we don't have what we need, which is going to be either economy scanner or a combat scanner. Those are upgrade scanners for your ship to scan the economy or the combat level of a system. We go to the galaxy map. Is this a pirate system? No, it's not, is it? Oh, no, that's for my mission. Okay, I was going to say, what the heck? But if you go to a random system, it'll give you information. But because we don't have any scanners, it says data unavailable. So you won't be able to know what that system is, the economy level or the conflict level, until you go there. Once you arrive, all that information is unlocked. However, if you have a scanner beforehand, it will scan the system before you even go there. And that makes it way easier to find a pirate system. So what we can do is we can try to get lucky. So we don't know any information about this stuff, so we can't really do anything here. Another thing we can do, we can try, is if we go to the space anomaly. Remember, we have the space anomaly now. We can call it in at any time. We did it a few episodes ago. So if we go to the space anomaly, we can buy the upgrade for our ship. And remember, we're going to need a lot of upgrades in here. So we're going to need microprocess or a wiring loom. We don't have any of that. What is this? We have salvage glass we haven't opened yet? Oh, there we go. We opened it. We're good. We have a lot of good stuff in here. Man, I didn't notice any of that. But we can buy the blueprint here, and we can try to apply it. I think we need wiring loom, which means we need to go to a space station. But let's find this out real fast. Let's see. And so, I know I keep saying this over and over, but if you're a brand new player, you might not know. If you just follow along with the storyline, we have a whole bunch of missions now. We have primary missions, which are the main ones for the game. And then we have our secondary missions, which is like the Outlaw mission. We can do this one as well. We have our base computer archive, so we can actually build up our base if you want to. You could go any route you'd like. And if you do these, they will unlock your blueprints for free. As you progress in that storyline, they will start unlocking more and more blueprints. Or you can do what I'm going to do, and you can just skip all that and say, nah, I don't want to do that. I just want to do my thing. I don't want to do that mission. So as long as you're in the tree here, so here's our tree. We need a teleport receiver. So in order to get our economy scanner or conflict scanner, we need to unlock this first. If I try to, it says, sorry, you have to do the one above it. So the thing you want to make sure of is you can highlight it and see what you need. So we need 5 microprocessors and 1 wiring loom. If I come over here, the conflict scanner needs a walker brain and 1 wiring loom. These are very advanced materials. And so if you don't feel like you're not comfortable enough to do this, a walker brain is very advanced. You need to fight a walker, which is a super duper advanced sentinel. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, don't do that, because it's going to be kind of tough. You want some upgrades to take on that. But we can try to get our economy scanner right here. So let's grab that. We need to get the teleport receiver first. There we go. It kicked me out of the menu. I don't like that. For whatever reason, sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. I don't know why. There's no rhyme or reason, but sometimes it'll kick you out. Economy scanner. And it kicked me out again. All right, well, we have the economy scanner. So we can throw that in here if we'd like, but we don't have enough materials. We need to go to the space station and buy those materials. So let's head on over to our ship because we need to fly to the space station. And the thing to keep in mind is you can teleport, use the portals to teleport to any place you've already been. So if you've not been to a space station, you can't go back to it because you've never been there. So if you like a space station and you want to come back to that system, make sure you land on that space station. So we need to go over here and land on the space station over here. Because if we want to keep coming back to the system, we need to make sure we have this one marked. Every time you land and put your feet on the ground in a space station, it will put it in your catalog. And it will remember hundreds and hundreds of them. On my main save, I've been to hundreds of either other player bases or like space stations. And so my list is ginormous. So don't think that you have like a limited amount. Like it's not like, oh, you only get to 5 or whatever. You get a huge list. So if you like a system or you want to, you think you're going to come back in the future, make sure you step foot on the space station. That's the easiest way because you can always come back to a space station. We have a random event. Oh, it's a broken freighter. We don't need that. So as you pulse drive through space, if you do this pulse drive thing, it will randomly, randomly run into debris like that. Sometimes it'll be a crashed freighter. Sometimes it'll be like what we saw in the last episode. It'll be the Outlaw ship that was trying to, signal us and ask for help. So you will randomly run into either missions or random objects in space if you pulse drive enough. So we need, let me look back on it. We need 4 microprocessors, 5 total, but we only need 4 more and 1 wiring loom. So let's grab those out of the trading post right here, trade terminal. So we are going to buy 1 wiring loom, 4 more processors, and we're good. I mean, while you're here, you can always grab whatever you want. Like I can grab ferrite dust and cobalt because I can make batteries out of that. You can never have too many batteries, you guys. Never, ever have too many batteries. So let's do that. Make a whole bunch of batteries for my... I don't even have any hazard protection. I just have my basic one. We can use a battery on that. That's fine. While we're here, we do have some nanites, so we can get some upgrades if we want. Let's see if they have any suit upgrades. So come over here to the suit merchant. Oh, wait a minute. We can get our inventory upgrade. It's going to cost me 5,000 units because it's the first one, or the second one, technically. They give you your first one for free, but you get your second one, you have to start buying them. And it gets more and more expensive, so keep that in mind. Over there, because I got to make a square. You guys know I'm weird. All right, now let's talk to the merchant and see if we can get an upgrade. What kind of upgrades do you have? You can get any upgrade you want. And because the Gek like me, I get a little bit of a discount. The more they like you, the more of a discount you get. So right now, they kind of like me a little bit. So as I progress more and more, you can get some really big discounts. So let's see. Oh, we have a life support. We have a shield. We have a jetpack. Oh my God, we have all the good stuff in here. We have thermal protection underwater. So hot and cold thermal protections. So the first thing I would always recommend is either a life support or a shield because these will help you in combat. Life support will increase your jetpack, your basically your it's not your life bar. It's basically the amount of nutrition you have. You can think of it as like your food bar, essentially. You can extend that out more and more so you don't have to, basically run out as quickly. We'll get one of those. We'll get a shield as well. And I mean, I always love the jetpack upgrade, so I'll take one of those. And we're done. That's as much as I can afford, really. But again, yeah, your life support gives you your basically how long you can run and jump and survive. Your movement, basically your hunger bar. So if we install that, that will give me a solar panel power. So if I'm out in the daylight, it'll actually recharge me just a little bit. Excuse me. And my life support tanks are 99%, so almost doubled my life support tank. So now I have double the capacity for running. Movement module. This is my jetpack. My jetpack tanks are 208% increased, so more than doubled. Dude, this is amazing. We have some really good ones. And we have a shield here. And shield strength and your core health. So these will increase your health bar and how strong your shields are. So that's why you want to get these shields pretty quick. But yeah, so you can kind of go through, and I always try to focus on the S-class upgrades, because the way that the game kind of works is they average it out. These are all randomized. So you might get an S-class shield upgrade, but your shield strength might be 29%, and your core health might be 31 or 32. So they're not always going to be the exact same numbers, just like my jetpack. My jetpack's 208. You might get a jetpack that says 220, and you're like, holy cow, this is really, really good. These stats are randomized, and because of that, there's no clear-cut way to say, oh, the enemies are stronger based on your upgrades, because they're random. They don't know. So what it feels like, and what I've noticed, is the enemies will increase. The sentinels will increase based on the number of upgrades, and they average it out to an A-class upgrade. So if you add one upgrade in, they will increase by one level, and they assume that you installed an A-class upgrade. So because I installed an S-class upgrade, I'm technically stronger than them. If I installed a C-class upgrade, I'd be weaker than them, because they still went up one level, but they assumed it was an A-class, and I installed something lower classed. And so they're going to be actually stronger. So keep that in mind when you're installing upgrades for your suit, for your multi-tool, for your ship. A lot of the enemies will be based on how strong or how many upgrades you have, and they average it out to about an A-class upgrade. So this is a C-class. This is actually making me weaker, because now all the enemies think, oh, he has 2 shield upgrades, so we need to attack him at level 2, even though I have one bad and one decent. Actually, they're both kind of bad. That's a really bad idea. So just keep that in mind. I know it's a lot of information, especially for a brand new player. And then there's some things that don't matter. So, for instance, the enemies aren't going to improve or, do any different for a hyperdrive. They don't care about the hyperdrive. So this is just, if you want a C-class hyperdrive, absolutely doesn't matter. It's just basically it's taking up a slot, and it's not giving you the best stats. It's not going to increase or decrease the difficulty. Whereas a shield will. A weapon will. So, if I put up some upgrades on my weapon, the enemies will get stronger or weaker depending on the upgrades I have. Same thing for your multi-tool. If you put weapons in here, awesome, they're going to increase. But like if I put on a scanner upgrade, they don't care about a scanner upgrade. It's not going to make it any different for the enemies, because the scanner has no effect on them. So there are some upgrades that you really have to focus on. Some of them that are like, if you want to put a C-class in there, that's fine. It's not going to help you very much, but it'll do something. Anyway, let's get in here. That's a lot of information. Sorry, I know I'm kind of overwhelming with the information. I try not to go too deep, number one, because I don't know the exact numbers. I just know off the top of my head, this makes it easier, this makes it worse, this makes it better, this makes it, whatever. So we are going to install our economy scanner. So now we have an economy scanner. So now, if we go into our galaxy map, if we look at random systems again, now we have the economy. So this is something that you need to look at very closely. This is the easiest way to find an outlaw or a pirate system. When you look at the economy, there's going to be a little tiny skull next to it, and that means it's a pirate economy. So let's see if we can find one. I can show you what it looks like. It's way easier with the combat upgrade. The combat scanner immediately shows you, oh, this is a big an outlaw system. So look at this one right here. You see how it has the Gek head? It says 77 LY light years, G9F, and then water. And right below that, you see a Gek head on the left, and then there's that little tiny stopwatch, and there's a skull next to it. And sometimes it's hard to see. You can pull it up a little bit. And if you look at the economy, it says mercantile, sell 79.7%, buy minus 20%, black market. Black market means outlaw, pirate. It's a system that you can go and deal with the outlaws, the pirates. Whereas with a normal system, it just says adequate. There's no skull there. It just has a star on it, right? So that's why you're looking for one that just has a skull on it instead of the star system. So you see this one, it says it has the Korvax head. It has a little beaker, the little science beaker, a little science glass, and it has 2 stars on it. It's 2 out of 3. So it's a 2-star economy. It's pretty good. This one is a black market. So we're going to go there. So that's an easy way to find your pirate systems early on. Now, keep in mind, later on, you're going to find them easier and easier. And if you have a combat scanner, that skull is ginormous. It's a big red flag saying, hey, look, this is a pirate system. Be careful. So here is a pirate outlaw station. Let's go over here. So we want to come here because the outlaw stations, they sell black market or illegal items. Items that will get you in trouble in normal systems. Some of that, and sometimes you can get lucky and they will sell you repair kits. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to repair our multi-tool. So here's a pirate system. Look at this. I love the outlaw systems. They're basically, they took a broken down a space station and they kind of like just duct taped it back together. Because look at it. All these pipes are leaking. Everything's all over the place. And everyone here is a pirate or an outlaw. Mighty Pirate Xanoi. Dread Entity. Look, they're all pirates here. I love it. Piracy Entity. Pirateer. Mighty Pirate. They're all pirates. I love this. But I love the fact that, look, it just looks like it's all like barely holding on. There's like burning barrels everywhere. But yeah, this is a outlaw system, an outlaw space station. And so you can upgrade your space ship just like before, just like in the normal space station. It's just kind of, slapped over to the side. They have the Outlaw, the black market salvage dealer. This is important because this is where you can find black market upgrades, X-class upgrades. Now, these are different than any other upgrade. So all the other upgrades, you have a C class, which is the lowest level, a B, an A, and an S. S is the highest level. It's supreme. It's the best upgrade you can get. X class, these black market upgrades, these are a bit different because they're random. You don't know if they're going to be good or bad. They can be good and they can be bad. So they're going to be a higher price, but they're cheaper than an S-class upgrade. So you're kind of rolling the dice. You're gambling. If you see one you like for instance, my life support upgrade. I could, if I buy this, I could get one better than the one I have now, an S-class. Or if I buy this, it could be the worst upgrade ever. Like, it could be 1% increase. You don't know that. It's all random. And so you're kind of gambling that it's a little bit cheaper of a price. However, you could get one that's better than an S-class. So that's kind of what the deal is with that. So, and every space station, every outlaw station is going to be different. He only has a handful of them. So he only has 2 pages of it. If I go to a different space station, they're going to have all different upgrades. Like, there's no hyperdrive upgrade in here, right? Another one might have hyperdrive upgrades. So you don't know. The other thing we have here is we have the bounty master. So the outlaws, the pirates, they will give you bounties. If you want to be evil, you want to go attack things, this is where you want to go. Deliver illegal cargo. You can get in trouble with the sentinels if you get caught with this. You can hunt and destroy a pirate. So if there's a pirate that's out of control, you go down and I'd basically take him down. Or you can seize goods from traders. There's also ones where you have to take down freighters. You have to go attack freighters. So these are your basically your pirate missions. So you can improve your pirate standing. If you remember, if you go into your pause menu, go to your dialogue or catalog. Down here in your milestones, you have your outlaw standing. So you can go here if you want to be a pirate. You want to do a pirate run? Absolutely. Go to your Outlaw space stations and do this. But keep in mind, a lot of these missions are going to piss off the Gek, the Viking, the Korvax, because you will be attacking them. You will be stealing, all that kind of stuff. And so this will increase, but sometimes you'll decrease your other standings. So just keep that in mind. But this is really, really cool. And then we have the contraband agent. This is the black market dealer. Basically, this is where you can kind of find some black market stuff. Illegal circuits, or gra or stolen DNA samples. These are amazing because in the outlaw systems, in the pirate systems, they're very cheap. You can buy these very cheap. But if you go to a normal system, you sell it there, it's rare, and so you get a better price. So if you want to make a lot of money, buy all you can here and then sell it. Let's see if we can get a repair kit out of here. No repair kits? Oh, that sucks. There's no repair kits. But they also sell suspicious packets of tech. So this is just like the black market upgrades. These are random packets. Like if I buy 4 of them. Let me show you. So I have 4 packets right here. These are random. You don't know what you're going to get out of them. If I open it up, I got a random mining beam module. That's pretty cool, right? Open another one. I got a hazard protection. So they're random. And it's technology. So it could be for your suit. It could be for your multi-tool. It could be for your starship. You don't know. It's all random. We got another mining beam upgrade. And then we have... Oh, we got another. We got 3 mining beam upgrades. And then let's see how good they are, because these are black market upgrades, right? If I install these, let's see how good they are. We have one right there. And one right next to it. So let's see. This one is just a 12% mining speed. That's a very low level upgrade. This one is 13% mining speed, 18% overheat downtime, and 4% more fuel efficiency. That's a really good upgrade, but you see the difference there. They're both the same. They're both black market, but one is way better than the other. And so that's what you got to keep your eye on. You don't know if you're going to get a really good one or a real bad one. You don't know. And that one's even worse. Look at that one. That one is trash, basically. This is like below a C level. This is like, if I got a C class upgrade, it would be better than this. My goodness. Yeah, 12%, 6%. My goodness. But yeah, that's what you're gambling on. You don't know if you're going to get a good one or a bad one. Hazard protection. We'll put that one in there. That's a special one. Ooh, that's a good one too. So the hazard protection for the black market upgrades are different. These are special because they don't protect you against one hazard. They protect you against 4. All of them other than water. They don't give you any water protection. But these are unique. Every other hazard protection is only specialized in one hazard. So you can get a hot protection or a cold protection. But that's it. They only specialize in one. These black market ones will specialize in 4. They're lower tiered. So one that specializes in one hazard, like the hot protection, will protect you fully from heat for a limited amount of time. These ones will only give you a 10%, or 5% or whatever. I have a 5% heat resistance, so I get 5% longer in heat before I start taking damage. So it's a permanent increase to the time, but it's much lower. Anyway, we did pretty awesome here. We didn't get any repair kits though. They don't have any repair kits. I don't think any of the pilots will sell you repair kits either. So we're kind of out of luck over here. They do have the scrap dealer, just like on the normal space station, and we have a multi-tool cabinet. We don't have the upgrade area, so I cannot upgrade my multi-tool here. Oh, but this one has an S-class mining beam upgrade. It has a survey device. Ooh, it has some really good stuff on it. So theoretically, if I wanted to, I could buy this rifle. I don't like it. But if I buy it, I can use these upgrades on my multi-tool if I'd want. Is it worth $3 million, though? Probably not. I don't want to spend $3 million on just these couple of upgrades. But you could if you wanted to. So, you know what? As a final thing, let's do the trade. Let's see how much money we make. So, let me just show you the basics. We're going to get Gra. I'm going to buy 4 Gra for $248,000. $248,000, right? I bought 250. We'll say 250. Now, if I go to a normal system, I can sell it for an even higher price. So let's go to a normal system. That's a cool looking planet. But we're not here for that. Let's go to a normal system. Just anything, really. Any normal system, just randomly. Right here, boom. What we're trying to do is just go to the space station. Keep in mind, if I have the illegal items in my inventory, there's a higher chance that the Sentinels will scan me. So you don't want to hold on to it for very long. You want to grab it and then go immediately to a space station. You don't have to, but the longer you hold it, the more likely you are to be scanned by a Sentinel. And then they will attack you, or they'll take away all of your illegal goods. So you don't want to deal with that. Let's go in here. And remember, we bought it for 248. We'll say 250. 250,000 for our Gra. So now we're just going to go to a normal trading station, and we're going to sell it. So right here, we're on buy, but we'll go to sell. We'll sell our Gra. Look at that. I bought it for 250. I'm going to sell it for 606. That is more than double. More than double. I just made basically 350,000 on that. That's a good way to make a lot of money early on. If you find a pirate system, you can make a ton of money doing that. Just buy all the illegal items, go to a normal system, and then sell it. All you gotta do. It is so good. It's so easy to get it done. Crazy. Making a whole bunch of batteries here. I'll get rid of that. We don't need that. So yeah, there you go. Heck yeah. So we didn't get a pirate system that has any repair kits. Let's try to find one more. Because not every pirate system, outlaw system will have repair kits, but you never know. You might run into one. So let's see if we can find another one. No. So, and pirate systems are not all over the place, so it might take you a minute to find another one, or one at all. Oh, there we go. Boom. There's a pirate system. Again, remember, we're looking for that little tiny skull. And if you can't see it, or your eyes are bad like mine, open up your info tab by pressing Y if you're on Xbox, triangle if you're on PlayStation, and just look for it to say black market. That's what you're looking for. Under the economy, black market. So this is a pirate system, a new one. We've never been here before. Let's see what they are selling. Oh, we're in the middle of a freighter battle. Uh-oh. I don't want to do this right now. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to avoid that. I want to show you guys that in a different episode. So instead of fighting them, I'm going to head over to the space station and get the heck out of here. So you will randomly run into a freighter battle. Basically, a freighter is under attack, and if you save them, you get a reward for it. But we'll deal with that in a new episode. I don't want to do that right now, so instead we're going to go to the space station. And let's see if we have repair kits here. Let's go over here to the black market dealer, the contraband agent. He has a suspicious packet of goods. Repair kits! I get 2 of them. I'll take it. They're going to cost you a lot, so it's $180,000 for that. But I got that. I could also buy some technology upgrades. And that's good. Okay. So, repair kits. So if you have anything that's damaged like this, or sometimes you fall, like if you get shot or you take some fall damage, it'll break your suit, like it'll break your jetpack. If that happens, you have to go into the item, whatever it is. Let's do... crystallized heart is going to be the hard one. Right here. And it says you either can use the crystallized heart, the item, whatever you need to repair it, or if you press X, square if you're on PlayStation, you can apply 1 repair kit. So 1 repair kit will fix 1 square. So that is fixed now. That is fixed, which is awesome. Good need Lentadium for all these. Let's fix this one. I'm trying to fix my random ones, my ones that I know are hard. So a crystallized heart is a really, really rare item that is hard to get. You have to kill the big spider-looking sentinels. I don't want to do that yet, so I don't want to deal with that. I mean, I can try to do the Atlantidium and Radiant Shards. I can do all these if I would like. But nah, I want to, inverted mirrors. We can get those easy enough. But let's do, you know what? Let's do a crystallized heart. Boom. And so now I can use that square. I can put whatever I want in there. So that's kind of why you want to use the repair kits. I should fix this one because that's a supercharged slot. Yeah, we'll do that. But we also got some package of goods here. We got a jetpack upgrade. I'll take that. That's a decent one. That's like a B level. That's fine. And then sometimes you'll get a random item. This will give you probably nanites. Let's see. Yeah, I gave you nanites for that. That's fine. Received nanites. I got 100 nanites out of there. Okay. We also have our inventory upgrade here. So we're going to run out of technology spots. So let's do that. 1,000. Remember, the last one we bought was only 500. Or no, it was 5,000. Oh, no. There you go. My cargo is 15. It went from 5 to 15. My technology is going to go from 1. I think the next one's going to be 10. So the other secret is, if you wait at the contraband agent, look at, he refilled. So normally the vendors, they do not refill that fast. So repair kit's at 0, right? If you wait for a little bit, he will refill his stock. So I'm going to fix these two. That way I have a square here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my hijack laser here. My other one right there. And I'm going to try to put all of my multi-tool upgrades together. So this one goes over here, right there. Because the more you have together, the better the effect is. Remember, we talked about that. You want to move your technology around so that the similar technologies are touching. Let's do that. Boom. Oh, I'm going to need that. That's okay. We'll farm up some resources later on. But I've waited a little bit, right? Let's see. Did you restock? Oh, not yet. Let's move around a little bit. Maybe he doesn't want me staring at him. Maybe he's like freaking out like, hey, why are you looking at me, man? Leave me alone. Let's see what you got for a weapon. It's a rifle. It's a C class, and it has no upgrades in it. So it has a weapon. It has a bolt caster, but I don't need that. So we're not going to worry about that one. Not yet. Let's come over here. Scroll down. And look at that. Boom. I got one. So it'll slowly refill. So there you go. If you want to you don't want to wait for it, you just want to get it done, you can do it that way as well. Crystallized heart. That's a hard one to do. So now I just need some Atlantidium and some Radiant Shards, and I'm good to go. And inverted mirrors. Or I could just wait around again. I can just wait around, and he will refill all of his contraband. And that also goes for his technology. So I could buy that, see what I get, and if I want to, I can just wait around and get a couple more. Ooh, a hyperdrive upgrade. Let's see. It is that's a good one. Look at that. It's a little bit less than my A class, so it's around a B class, but it's way better than my C class upgrade. Look at that. So I like that one. That was pretty good. Solid. And then we have a pulse engine module, so an engine upgrade, so I can go faster or more efficiently. Where's my pulse engine? Right there. Luminance engine right there. It is that's actually really good. Maneuverability 18. That's like an S-class upgrade. So that was good. Oh, man, that's good. I'll take that. Okay. So we're doing pretty good. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to call it there. Hopefully you guys liked the episode. If you did, hit that like button. And in the next episode, we need to actually start doing missions. So we will go into our log. Let's do some missions here. We don't need this. Install. I hate that when you buy a blueprint, it will tell you, hey, look, you want to install that, right? It's like, no, I don't need to install it now. So I can unpin this if I want to. That way, because I know how to build it. You don't have to have that pinned. But maybe we'll do the actual Outlaw mission. So maybe we'll do that. So let's do that one in the next episode. So hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, hit that like button, and I will see you guys next time.